of the Empire State Building.
Z100, New York.
It's a big day when you've got not only a Grammy Award winner, but you have somebody who bodied her performance on SNL, somebody who still takes the time to be at her childhood home in her bedroom. And I'm telling you, the world is really excited. From our Z100 Artist Interview Lounge, presented by Hackensack Meridian Health, let us welcome SZA into the building. Hey.
Thank you for having me.
SZA, we're so happy that you're chatting with us. The camp is ready. I mean, they're saying you put them through a 5-year drought, but they are just ready for it. You're here in the 5-year anniversary of Control. That has been such an impactful piece of work for so many people. I'm getting texts from people saying that you helped them get through their whole lives. So how are you feeling on the 5-year anniversary of Control?
It's just scary. Just scary. It's super scary, but I'm just trying to hang in there and keep it if I can.
Yeah.
What's scary to you? Like, why are you feeling scared?
It's just a lot of pressure, and I almost wish like no one ever heard of me before, so I could just put it out and people could be like, oh, this is good for a girl I've never heard before. It's like the pressure of like me having to do a great job because I'm me.
Well, I mean, do you think about those moments where you can alleviate that pressure? You can just be comfortable with who you are. You can, tell, your mini me inside, like everything is going to be okay, and release that anxiety at times, and just be proud of the body of work that you put out there, no matter, what the reception is like?
No, but I respect that approach deeply.
Yeah. It's tough.
If it was that easy, I definitely would do that. But I tried, and it's definitely like you want to do everything as much as you can, like in a way that reflects you. And when you don't, sometimes you just get nervous about like what parts that don't reflect you and how those will be taken, etc. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah,
so
it is
I understand
tough.
where you're coming from.
I mean, Control has been on the Billboard 200 since it dropped. So everyone is just so ready and has been excited forever to get new stuff from you. Just touching on that real quick, my friend wanted me to ask you, what would you say to SZA, like going back when you were writing that album? Because you've gone through a lot so much and now you're working on this album. So what would you have told her?
I guess just no. I wouldn't have changed anything. I would have just said try your best. Try your best and try everything. And don't cancel anything out as a possibility, and just be bold and be really brave. Yeah, I would just say the same. Just everything that was already on my heart during that time, I was out to prove a point. So I definitely would just keep the same energy.
Keep that energy. Yeah. I mean, come on now. Listen. And I'm sure you keep the family, the team around you. I mean, listen, you're home. You're getting a chance to be with those that love you most. And keeping that energy is important no matter what it is that you do. If we're Grammy Award winners, if you're someone who works a 9 to 5, I mean, to be able to tap into those who mean the most to you, what does it mean for you to come home to know, as we look upon the release of this album, a big step in your life and your career, to have that foundation around you that's going to give you a hug no matter what?
Yeah, I definitely wish I could just stay here through the release, because being around my parents and just being at home is the most grounding thing for me. But being here at all, I'm just really grateful to be around my parents. I think my mom's gonna fly into LA, but being in this house and just away from everything is like that's my biggest, like, I guess, helping factor, and being able to walk like near the woods, like in my house, like behind my house, and just kind of like vibe. And like that's a necessity personally. And seeing my grandma, and I'm gonna go get her some flowers when I leave here, and just kind of like vibe when we get there.
Well, SZA, your parents were in the audience to see you on SNL. That was like, yeah. Can you talk about that? Because being on SNL is like the biggest thing ever, but then having your parents around there personally to support you. What were they saying? What were you telling them? How are they making sure that you were calm?
Was there enough tissue? I mean, you know what I mean? Wipe the tears.
Oh yeah, my dad cried. It was funny, but it's not funny, but he's adorable. To know my dad is like, it's funny because he's such like a big, like masculine guy. And then yeah, like I just asked for them to not be in the front row. And I would be like just looking at them the entire time and really nervous. But my parents are like my biggest support system because they're the only people that really know me and like that really, I don't know. It's tough. It's really tough just in general, just because I have a lot of anxiety and it just gets weird. But my mom and my dad are just like, they're the best parents in the world for sure.
Come on, girl. Oh, I'm loving this. To know that you have been creating from your heart, that you've been, you know, putting your feelings on your sleeve, and then you're gonna hit us with the GOAT with SOS. With everybody was speculating, oh, it's gonna be 20 tracks. Oh, it's gonna be 19. Then you put that big 23 on them, and yeah, I mean, you're goading us with this, and there's stories that mean so much to you. How excited, how proud are you even of this collection of work that you know the world has been waiting for, but most importantly, that you were able to get these feelings out there?
I don't know. I have very mixed feelings on everything, and kind of like, I have no idea how I feel about any of it. I'm most excited to like put the songs out that didn't make the album out, and I just want to feel completely empty. Like, why I don't have anything that I kept to myself. So yeah, those will all be out soon. And I want to be empty so I can disappear and just like start over and on a new venture and a new path and a new goal. But I definitely feel I don't know if I'm gonna feel like there's a weight off my shoulders or if I'm gonna feel like it's a new type of weight, but we'll see. I anticipate feeling weight off my shoulders, but who knows? That actually.
We gonna find out.
So you cannot go away. The Jersey girlies are demanding that you do a show at SoPac.
Oh wow, that would be wild.
And then they want you to follow up at Prudential, but yeah, like all the girlies are tapping in. The camp is so juiced about it, and they also want to see, because you just mentioned you're not sure where you want to go after this. You did a really good job in your video. You were kind of like a superhero in the Shirt music video, kind of. We saw a different side of you, SZA. So have you thought of that, maybe getting into acting? Because I know a lot of times there's some crossovers. You're so good in front of the camera.
Thank you. No, I definitely have. I definitely want to act more. And just learning how to, that'd be a cool challenge to to like the way that I kind of try to channel my emotions into my music, and then doing that with my like actual physical self would be really cool. It's just like a challenge to learn how to like actually convey that and project the energy. So that's definitely something I want to learn how to do and like fall into other characters.
Yo, I mean, you got the chance to be around it with SNL, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? Talking Big Boy doing the parody stuff, and you know what I mean? And what I'm catching from this conversation too is that you're someone who really likes to look forward, likes to look for that next challenge, as you mentioned. When you get to successfully conquer some of those challenges that you put forth in front of you, and you're able to look back and say like, man, I did that. Do you at times get the moments to, you know, breathe? We're doing this kind of emotion throughout this conversation here, and to be again proud of yourself for conquering some of those fears and accomplishing some of those new challenges?
I feel like I was unusually like proud of just surviving SNL, and it was super scary for me. And like I was really grateful. I was so grateful that I got another chance to be on there, that everyone was so nice to me, and that like I didn't bomb. And that's the biggest just gratitude to God and like whoever's watching over me for just getting me through that. And yeah.
And it was an iconic episode. You had Kiki with the baby bump. You had Keenan and Kel come back together. Like,
no, I'm like, this is the best episode I've ever seen on comedy.
It's going down in history.
It's pretty cool.
It's so cool seeing you maneuver and excel at so many different things, like SNL, being in front of the camera. We also know you have another Croc collab dropping. Crocs are very polarizing. You love them or you hate them. SZA, please defend Crocs.
What? They don't need no defending. They're so comfortable and they come in so many different styles. If you hate Crocs, then you're being lazy because you're not thinking of all the possibilities that Crocs could be worn in an amazing way. Crocs are
I want to hit on SOS real quick because a lot of people did not expect Phoebe Bridget that collab with Phoebe. I mean, you guys are both really emotional and strategic artists. So, I mean, what feelings are we going to get from that song?
I don't know. It's a very alternative song. So I have no idea. People may love it, they may hate it, but Phoebe's part is beautiful.
When you get to call on folks like that, Trav, when you get to call on people, you know, let's even go back to, you know, to Doja. When you get to call on those folks that maybe that you looked at as inspiration for you, but now they're peers, and you know, do those moments get weird for you sometimes? You know, you can pick up the phone and be like, "Yo, Phoebe, I got a track that you would be perfect on," and hit send. Like, do those moments ever get real?
Yeah, no, definitely, especially more so Travis just being so willing to help and like being like one of the few people, him and Don, that I can like rely on to be really consistently supportive of me in a way that doesn't even like serve them. Travis has showed up for me at every show I've ever asked him to show up. From my very first secret show in New York, he just surprised me and showed up. And to most recently, even me performing in Texas at a smaller venue, he came, showed up, brought his whole team, stayed for the whole show. He's like he's a friend, and I really appreciate.
How weird would it be, Crystal, if Travis came just popping out the closet like in the bedroom right now? And he was like, I'm here right now.
Positive affirmations. I wouldn't be surprised at this.
That would be amazing.
He's like, I'm here to make your bed for you. I got you.
No, yeah, he definitely. I'm like his number one fan, so it means the most to me for sure to have that type of reciprocation and energy.
SZA, thank you for opening up about that. I'm also curious to hear your relationship with TDE. You know, Kendrick is kind of on his way out, and how has that been, that transition?
It's so weird. Like we're all just kind of in our own worlds that it never really cross-pollinates. It's like everything is pretty much the same except for the fact that like we weren't really seeing each other anymore anyway in the studio because all of us are just so busy. And like I feel like the only time that we were around each other constantly was in the very beginning when everyone was sharing the same studio space at this place called No Excuses, which was like an Interscope studio where everyone had like their own room where they were working in, and Q would be in one room, and Dot would be in another room, and I would be in a room, and Soul would come, and J-Rock would come, and then same with the studio in Carson. But we're all so busy. It's like it was kind of natural, but always cheering for him from afar, always inspired by him, always enamored with his art, the way he's expressing himself, the way he's growing, morphing, becoming. It's just, he's just a beautiful artist. And it's just crazy that I even like got to be in proximity to that. Yeah.
When you think about the creative process and being able to have so many songs that cross genre, you know, to have a song like on Z100, for instance, to have songs playing on urban radio, pop radio, to know that globally, the world over, in countries and parts of the planet where you maybe haven't visited yet, and they don't even speak English as their first, second, or maybe third language, that they're there to support, and you're able to, you know, to give the world that version of you. You still smile in the car when you hear those songs, no matter where you are when they pop on the radio?
I do now. I used to feel really awkward about hearing myself on the radio, but now it's always like at a very strange, like serendipitous time. And it's like, oh, that's interesting that's playing right now in this moment. And sometimes like, oh, like I'll leave the studio in the middle of the night and it's raining and I'm driving home and it's like, it never rains in LA. So it's just an emotional moment, and I Hate You will come on. And it's very like, wow, this is cool. And it happened that I just didn't see. But definitely like even touring in Malaysia for Control and Indonesia, and Europe, like all these things, or even just going to Ghana recently for the Global Citizen Festival. Like, it was crazy. I never thought that people would know my lyrics or care about my music or anything like that. So it definitely consistently blows my mind for sure.
That must be crazy to go other places and see that people are just so in love with your music and what you've been doing. You're always also, I love like posting teases of maybe a collab here or maybe not. Is the Die For You remix gonna happen, or?
Oh man, he owes me a verse from my album. I'm holding him hostage. Maybe. He did. We talked about it, and it wouldn't be really hard because there is a scaffolding of one that already exists, so I need to just kind of like finish it. And
okay.
I love The Weeknd. I love Abel. He's a really sweet person. And I would love for that to be out. Yeah, for sure.
If you want to tease another like maybe collab and screenshot this and this picture of us three and post it, and that'd be a tease.
Okay.
I'll get you that verse. If Abel's slipping on the verse, I'll get you that verse real quick.
This can be my ransom note. If he is on the deluxe of my album, I will turn in the Die For You verse. This is your ransom note. And
we were also asked for the deluxe, for like, do you plan on, having us wait another 5 years if you want to put one out? Because people are just,
it already exists. It's already done this time.
Oh, SOS is already done?
Yeah, the deluxe is already done. So it's just a matter of features coming in on time, and then whenever my label wants to put it out. So if everyone just bought to death, that would be great for me.
Because we heard a tease of Doja on t-shirt. Like, is that going to be a thing, or we're not sure yet?
Hopefully on the deluxe. We don't know.
Oh, and before we go, let's talk about that real quick. Talk to Doja. Did you get a little bit nervous when she was in the bathroom, when the acceptance speech, like, when you were standing there for that half a second?
I was sitting right next to her. We were talking and everything was normal. And I turned around for 2 seconds and she was gone, like immediately right before they called us to stage. And I was like, what? And it made no sense. And I was just like, this is crazy. And I wondered if she was going to miss it. And I was like, I don't want to speak for her, but yeah. And it was a moment. She made it out of it.
Listen, you deserve everything really coming your way.
Before I'm gonna have one last question about the holidays, because the holidays are here. SZA, what do you love to do most for the holidays? Like, what's that one thing that is like, I gotta do this before the end of the year?
Every holiday season, me and my family just go somewhere, just because my grandma's birthday is Christmas. My grandma passed away, so we try to like go somewhere beautiful and just like, take our mind off of things and just kind of like celebrate her life somewhere really pretty. So I'm excited to do that this year for sure.
And any New Year's resolutions?
I feel like I make those every month, genuinely. I want to take a vow of silence, so I'm gonna do that pretty soon. So
a vow of silence?
Yeah, I'm going to this ashram in India and just take a vow of silence and disappear. So that should be fun.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, thank you for taking the time to before that vow of silence, to take the time to come, have this conversation.
Right. I do all my talking and then I'm zip locked, but I'll hold up signs the next time we talk.
We're going to have 23 songs worth of hearing your voice. That's going to make us feel warm, healthy, happy. That's going to make us emote, make us cry, laugh at times, going to make us dance. It's all, the chambers of your heart that you're putting out here. So SOS, we will forever, the fans across the globe will answer that SOS signal whenever you throw it out there. If it's you're not speaking or you got to do it through Morse code, we got your back.
Thank you. It's very sweet of you to say thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, SZA. And one last thing, please. What do you have to say for Jersey? Because the Jersey girls are always riding and dying for you.
Oh man, I ride and die for Jersey. It definitely maps so to the death of me. And don't sleep on us because we're a small town. It's definitely, it's always Jersey. Jersey, whether it's the shore, whether it's South Jersey, whether it's any small town that you're in, or Essex County in general. I love Jersey. Jersey made me.
Well, there we go. Inside of our Artist Interview Lounge presented by Hackensack Meridian Health. Thank you so much, SZA. We are so excited for this Friday. SOS, baby.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You take care. Enjoy the time with your family, all right?
Thank you. Have a blessed day, both of you.
From the top of the Empire State Building.
Z100.